Well, hello YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new week on the Daily Life. I'm your host, Tom Johnson. We got a great week of shows lined up for you, culminating this week in a very special episode on Friday. Friday is the 50th episode of Daily Life on YouTube, powered by Google. So I hope you tune in for that show. It's going to be a great ride. A lot of suits this week because I decided to shake it all up this week. Last week, I ended the week with a suit. This week I decided to start it with a suit and another brand new tie that you've never seen me in before. I got this one for Christmas as well. If you like this tie, comment. If you like the other one better, hey, you can comment on that now. So, excuse me for a minute while I fix this tie. Okay, we're back in business. Well, today, the topic, public service messages. Now, public service messages are a foundational component of our society. If you disagree with me, that is your right to do so. But that's what I think. Public service messages serve an important function in our society today. They inform people of things. The government runs TV spots with public service announcements. For example, where I live, a lot of public service messages right now to get your flu shot. If you live in Canada and you haven't gotten your flu shot, I urge you to go get it. Public service messages, I'm thinking from a Canadian perspective because that's where I am from. The cell phone public service messages that have been blanketing the airwaves for a while now, informing people about the cellular industry. Down in the States, if you're from there, a lot of public service messages. Some of them are not public service messages, there's advertising, but there's been a lot of messaging down there about Obamacare and how you can sign up for Obamacare and why you should sign up for Obamacare, and conversely from interest groups, why you should not sign up for Obamacare. That is a big issue. I'm going to leave it alone. Whatever your feelings on Obamacare, please do not post them. They will not get through, provided that I can figure out how to let comments through, because that is too big an issue. This show focuses on minutia. I'm going to stick to that. I hope you do too. You're allowed to have an opinion on Obamacare, and the chances are you probably do if you're from the States, but don't post it on this channel. Post it somewhere else, because it will have much more weight there than here. Okay? Right on. Public service messages come in many forms. I'm not referring, by the way, this is unscripted. I'm not referring to anything in particular. I'm just looking for, sometimes I just read the list. It helps me stay on track, because sometimes I forget what I'm talking about. Anyway, public service messages, important. A lot of them happen on subways and buses and streetcars. Only if you live in Toronto or San Francisco will you ever see a public service message on a streetcar. A lot of public service messages come in the form of political advertising, such as in the form of, I'm Tom Johnson, and I approve this message. That was my news anchor voice. If you think I'd make a good news anchor, comment. If you don't think I'd make a news anchor, it's your opinion. Hey. You know, this show can be treated as a public service message if you want. I am messaging the public about issues, and it's not costing me any money, and it's not costing you any money to watch. And there's no advertising. As long as this show stays small, there won't be any advertising. Should this show get big, and I spend more time on it, and it takes away from my other activities, I'm going to have to start earning money from it, and there might be a little bit of advertising. But that probably won't happen. By the way, you'll notice that for the first time this year, the studio lights are back on. Last week I forgot to turn them on. This week, they're on. So you can see my face better. You know, I like this tie, but it's not sitting very well on me, is it? It keeps kind of flopping all over. I don't have my tie clip with me right now, or else I would put it on. Public service messages can also be used to communicate, you know, like, how do I say it? Not like immediate public things, but like where I'm from, we have these things on TV that are on all the time called heritage moments. where some, like, say, the War of 1812, or, I don't know, some other important moment in history. That's the only one that I can think of right now. Or World War II, or Remembrance/Veterans Day, um, will be communicated to the audience in like a 1 minute, like, little infomercial type thing. That's a public service message because it's informing people about their history and their heritage. And governments think that that's a good thing for people to know. I tend to agree with that. So that's an important type of public service message. Then you have your public service messages that are weird. There are a lot of weird public service messages out there. Probably the weirdest public service campaign that I have ever come across. There's this campaign in the city where I live called Sex It Smart. Now, for those of you who don't live in the city that I live in, most of my viewership base is from the city that I live in, but evidently there are some people that aren't. Sex It Smart is this campaign urging teenagers to use appropriate measures while they're having sex. Now, I'm all for that. That is a great thing. And if there's any teenagers that watch, I happen to know that there are teenagers that watch this show, you should sex it smart. But it's kind of a weird campaign in terms of a public service campaign to be seeing that kind of a thing on a bus. Like, I'm eating my breakfast sometimes in the bus. I don't want to be looking at pictures of condoms and needles and syringes and really worried young teenagers. Usually it's a girl in these advertising because, unfortunately, one of the problems when people are engaging in unsafe sex, and this is a big topic and I'm not going to mention it anymore after this, but unfortunately girls bear the brunt of it for the simple reason that girls get pregnant and males do not. That's enough for the big topic. I just think it's a weird public service campaign. I'm all for the concept, but it's a weird campaign when I'm eating my breakfast. Doesn't get me positive. At this point, I'm going to spend a few seconds and try to think up a show for tomorrow. I have not thought up a show for tomorrow yet, so maybe I should do that. I talked about sports, didn't I? Yeah, I did. That was last Tuesday. Oh, you know what's a great topic for a show that I haven't done yet? Stationery. Hey, that's going to be my topic tomorrow. I'm going to write it in. Stationery. You notice that when I do these shows, oftentimes I'm holding a pen. That is because sometimes I will get an idea or need to think up an idea for a show while I'm doing a show. And I write it down so that I don't forget it. You should always carry a pen with you, by the way. This is a public service message to you. Always carry a pen. What if somebody came up on the street? Now, this is 1,000,000 to 1 shot, but probably you have a better chance of this happening than winning the lottery. And I buy lottery tickets, and you probably do too, so listen up. If you want to get rich quick, carry a pen with you. Because what if some person came up to you and say, I will give you a blank check if you can sign your name. Or I will give you a check for $1,000,000 if you can sign your name. And if you can't do that because you don't have a pen, you just lost $1,000,000. Is that likely? No. Is it more likely than winning the lottery? I don't have any figures to back me up on this, but it's probably more likely that that were to happen to you, i.e. some random person comes up and offers you a blank check if you have a pen. That's probably more likely than you winning the lottery. Again, that is not based on science at all. I am not a science person. Science and math have divided me a long time ago. But that's just a hunch that I have. That's probably more likely than winning the lottery. Probably. If you'd like to do a study on that and comment about it, A, you're a lot richer than I am because studies are expensive. B, you're a lot more ambitious than I am because this is only a 10-minute show and that would take years. But C, if you want to do that, thank you. Or better yet, find a study. You don't have to do any of it. I'm just doing stuff to fill time. Giving out public service messages to you, my current and hopefully future, if you're not already, loyal Daily Life viewers. That is about all the time I have for today. We are coming up on 10 minutes, 9 minutes and 41 seconds by my clock. And so I'm going to say thank you for watching Daily Life. And I'm going to plug my 50th anniversary special, which airs this Friday, January 17th. That's it for today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. For all of us here at Daily Life, I'm your host, Tom Johnson. Goodbye, everybody.